Beautiful berry, dairy country. Green, just been flooded, and here we are doing the Silver Tunnel. It's been a struggle getting audiences down here in the Illawarra and the Shoalhaven as the storm came south. But anyway, we carry on as per normal. The main street in Berry, and just like the olden days, we're out here hustling in the streets, handing out flyers and trying to get people for this afternoon's performance and tonight's performance. Just like the old days before Facebook and Twitter, all that stuff. Some nights, on the quietest nights, you've got to have faith that some nights the quietest night is the biggest nights. And these two ladies have walked in to come and see the show. They're probably the only audience. But it's as big as 1,000, you know.
We've just been flooded out over the last couple of weeks. So it's just all cleared up now, and now we're out to party here at this beautiful play.
Because they want to see the play. It's as important to performing to 1,000. And they're going to tell people. Just wonderful.
We're going to put up a post on the Berry community page and the Shoalhaven Heads community page and the...
Oh, we'll whack it on Gerringong.
Gerringong as well, and Nowra. We can do Nowra.
I feel so responsible for the boys. And what makes me cry is because it's not fair on them that the theatre's empty. But I've told them these ladies are the world. They'll have someone to perform to. It's going to be beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Warwick kept giving us notes, like about 3 or 4 times over the course of the afternoon. He'd come in and say, look, we're going to work out how to be bulletproof against a small audience. How a small audience shouldn't faze us, and we should always give our best. Well, Tim and I know that, we're going to do that anyway, but it was really interesting to hear his take on it, and then given the acoustics of the place, the chance to actually, and this was one of the directions that he gave us, pull it down, like, you know, when you're hitting your top 10 or 15%, when you're normally really loud in other churches and other places where we work, try pulling it down, try pulling it right down, and even almost muttering it or finding a new space to do that in. Talk to me!
You're lying, you little bastard. You're lying, aren't you? I mean, anybody can talk to the dead, but I'm the only one that can hear him.
And that just opens up a whole world of freedom for an actor.
Empty skulls with red eyes just staring at me, you know? The Silver Tunnel's a trick, boy. It's a temptation. You saw the skulls and snakes because you didn't want to go in. You wanted life. I don't want life. I want to see that Silver Tunnel, and I want to go in this time. Well, you want to come back out again? I don't want to come back out again. All right.
Last night was just incredible. I did not expect it at all. It was one of those ones where everything aligned perfectly. It was insane. There's no other way to describe it. I've never felt anything like that before in my acting career.
Oh, come on, you're only young. You can't have done much bad. Knocked off a couple of cars or something. Hey, as long as you haven't done anything drastic, you'll be okay. I killed my father last night. Oh, yeah, we got problems, boy. We got problems.
The acoustics of the room meant the guys didn't have to fight the room. They could use their voice, they could really drop down, and I could hear everything perfectly. Make for a good performance.
And in fact, at the end, with about 5 minutes to go, Tim and I are both like virtually in character and ready to go. I'm covered in dirt and all sorts of stuff and growling and shuffling like Harry does. And he comes in and Warwick comes in and says, just let yourself run with it. Find new things in it. Stay true to the script, but just find new areas to work in, because tonight's the night for that opportunity.
I'm coming for you, you bastards!
It's the smallest audience we've worked to, but they laughed at everything.
I hate it up here, surrounded by happy, smiling, content faces. I mean, look at them, smiling at me. Nothing make me spew. You're ugly. You're all ugly.
And they were on the ride, they bought the ticket, they were enjoying the fact that it was a black comedy. And it was shocking to them, but at the same time delightful.
I mean, the whole toss salad. We got communists, atheists, agnostics, the works. Everyone. Yeah. What do you think? It was reserved for your street? Right.
I mean, standing ovation, I mean, kind of sounds silly, but it was a really joyful experience. And we stayed on the stage, and when we stayed on the stage, then Warwick made this really wonderful, impassioned speech, because he was really feeling moved by what had occurred.
The best audience, and this is the best show. We don't need a full house. Life doesn't need a full house.
I was so moved and so touched by these two men. Their level of anguish and pain and humour. I laughed, I cried.
It was an audience who wanted a good show, so they dug deep. They called people.
thesilvertunnel.org. Look it up.
Okay, all right, brilliant, will do.
Okay, darling. See ya.
See you.
Bye.
They did their bit to help make the show even better. And that's what it's about, people helping people. And in the end, they got an amazing show.
He planted the seed, and we brought it home.